All right, this is a big "is this thing on" type moment. That was a very odd technical issue that we had there. Very different from the one I had last week, ironically enough. Last week, it was an issue of internet connection. Tonight, it's the streaming software. Everything that could go wrong will go wrong, I guess, is what they say. But hey, we are back. We are live, and Talladega is ready to roll here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network as you filter back in. Welcome back. And we are getting ready to go Talladega Racing. Welcome back if you're just tuning back in. Again, some technical issues that we're having over here for some reason. Not sure, it's a very unknown issue, but hey, here we are. We're racing. We're back. No need to worry. No need to panic. Leave all the panicking for me. We'll do quickly your starting grid here. I don't have time to bring the graphic up, but I will state it for you anyway, at least as much as we can get to. 26 cars have made the grid here tonight at Talladega, and on the pole is one of our Super Speedway Series drivers on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. In fact, a playoff driver on all three, and that's Anthony English in the 44. With Travis Elliott, another one of our Super Speedway drivers, to his outside in second. Row 2, Adam Green, the 777. And John Guerra in the 59. Row 3, Mark Vega and Alex Green. Row 4, Chad French and Matt Hayden. And row 5, Eric Kosciolik and Stoney Benfield, a faster pastor. Greg Kales rolls from 11th. Brent Elmore in 12th. Christian Strader 13th. Adam Kilday 14th. Looking further back, it's going to be a little bit harder to tell. Looks like Dylan Pearson is 15th. Jimmy Fitzmarie 16th. And then the rest of the field that we'll get to in a moment. After a brief technical issue, we are back here from Talladega, and we are ready to roll. The pace car is off the racetrack. That means it's time to go racing here at Talladega Superspeedway. 94 laps to crown a winner here in round number 10 of the Throwback Series. Into the restart zone for the first time, Anthony English and Travis Elliott. See the flag, man. We are green flag racing. We're underway from Talladega. Lap 1 in the books, lap 2 on the board here from the Talladega Superspeedway as these drivers look to find a groove early on in this one. Alex Green up on the outside, up against the outside wall. The black number 3, how familiar is that coming forward at Talladega? Meanwhile, English and Elliott continue to lead both lines. Adam Green, John Guerra doing an excellent job pushing their line forward, keeping the momentum going. Alex Green fades to third in line. He may have to drop in the middle. He does. On the outside now, it's Mark Vega in the Oreo 8 car. Not much movement. The movement is all from Stoney Benfield so far, up 4 spots. What a night it would be for him. He was not in attendance the last time we went to the Talladega Superspeedway. Boy, he would love to get one here tonight. He has been on quite a tear. All that's missing is a victory. Meanwhile, our 2 championship leaders, Isaiah Dupree is 18th. Tyler Bentley is 24th here in the early running at Talladega. So no signs of them rolling towards the front. Actually, now you do see Dupree jump out of line 3 wide. He wants to come forward. Tyler Bentley, meanwhile, is at the tail end of the draft, just trying to maintain his race car. Elliott pokes the nose out front down the back straightaway. Excellent help in the outside line from John Guerra and Alex Green. Adam Green doing just as good a job keeping Anthony English out front of the bottom, though. The 44, Kellogg's machine, goes back to the point. Top line gaining some momentum now. It's Mark Vega, Isaiah Dupree, and Chad French. Grease Lightning in the 93. He's rolling the outside now. Looked like Mark Vega jumps back in line. Matt Hayden goes out there in the 6th. The Valvoline colors back aboard that Ford Taurus tonight. As Travis Elliott drops across the bottom, he has the race lead here in 1 and 2. Off of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Third line's going to get to Matt Hayden here, start to work their way forward. John Guerra now left pretty much by his lonesome in the outside line. No help out there for him as Alex Green dropped all the way into the bottom line. Third line still trying to get rolling, but here they come. Matt Hayden starting to make it work up in the outside line, up against the outside wall. And this is all the bottom line wants to see as Hayden bails, goes back to the bottom. Now it's only Chad French, Isaiah Dupree in the outside. Greg Cales, Jimmy Fitzmaurice are up there, but not really. As Travis Elliott continues to lead this field. 5 laps go on the board, this time by the start-finish line. Back off into turn number 1. Now Mark Vega gets to the back of John Guerra, tries to push him forward. Matt Hayden is coming up third in line. Third line still hanging a little bit tough. Chad French and Isaiah Dupree, but I think they're going to need some more cars. They're going to have to draw more of a crowd to get forward to the front of the field. Down the Alabama Gang super stretch once again. Anthony English right up underneath the 51 of Travis Elliott. The Crown Royal colors aboard the 51 tonight. A new look for that car. Now French and Dupree have made some kind of progress here down the back straightaway. They are even with Matt Hayden now. Even with about 8th position on the racetrack. Chad French scored in the 8th position as they run right now, headed back towards the tri-oval. French trying to make his way forward. Mark Vega says, I want a piece of that. Nope, now jumps right back in line behind John Guerra. That allows the 93 to pull some draft off the back of the 8, however, and pulls them forward a little bit more. Lap 6 goes on the board. People starting to come forward just a little bit. Vicente Guerrero in the 14. Eric Kosciolik is hanging in. Dylan Pearson makes a move to the outside now. Brent Elmore a little further back. Greg Cales, Adam Kilday. Several other drivers a little bit further back looking to make their way to the front. Christian Strader as well, the newcomer from Martinsville. Kosciolik jumps out in front of Dylan Pearson. He says, I don't like what I see up there. I'm going to drop in line, just hang out. There goes Anthony English. He wants the race lead back. Right back to the outside of Travis Elliott. John Guerra pushes him forward. Mark Vega goes a lane higher. 3 wide for second. Anthony English back down across the bottom. He gets back to the race lead. Now Guerra leads the middle once again as Matt Hayden has kind of peeked his way through here. He's now second in the middle. Vicente Guerrero charging forward. Mark Vega now leads the top with the help of Chad French and Isaiah Dupree. Great racing up front so far. Down the backstretch once again, a wide shot here of this entire field. 3 rows of 3 wide here in turns 3 and 4. Mark Vega, Chad French, Isaiah Dupree still trying to get it to work now. Dupree finally bails after a few laps. Gets back in line and looks to come forward through the middle. John Guerra for the first time may poke the nose out front. He's awfully close but doesn't have much help as Matt Hayden jumps right back out to the outside retaining wall. He wants to lead the top. He wants to come forward. How much can he get with Mark Vega in behind him? John Guerra starts to get ever closer to that right rear quarter panel. Start to try to side draft the 44 of Anthony English. Off of turn number 2. Down the long backstretch once again. Here comes John Guerra. He wants the race lead, and he's going to get it for the first time here in the middle of the back straightaway. Headed down towards turn number 3. Guerra pokes the nose out front for the first time. 2 lines stacked up. Here comes the 3rd line now. Greg Cales has, thought about joining the party. Now backs out of it here in turns 3 and 4. Adam Green up into Dupree, and around we go. Trouble. Vicente Guerrero, Adam Kilday, Chad French, Tony Benfield. Dupree's up in the air on the front stretch, and we're under caution. It's a big pile up here on the exit of turn number 4. Stoney Benfield has damage. Greg Cales, Hunter Carlson, Christian Strader, Eric Kosciolik, Dylan Pearson. Just like that, we've had the big one here on lap number 9 on the exit of turn number 4, and it looked like that one started with the 777 of Adam Green washing up just a little bit, making contact with whoever was in the middle line, and they went for a slide. We catch it a little bit late here on our camera. We'll get a little bit better angle of it for you as we go back and attempt to see what happened on this one. Everything was all well and good here in the middle of 3 and 4. You see there's maybe a little bit of contact there, the slightest bit of contact. See Green still about a half lane up the racetrack, and He and Dupree meet in the middle. Dupree trying to follow his line. Green washed up about a half a lane. Gets into the side of the 86. They collect Matt Hayden, Mark Vega, and Dylan Pearson. And Guerrero gets spun off the bumper of Adam Green as well. That collects Stoney Benfield and Alex Green. Chad French and Eric Kosciolek kind of just innocent bystanders, as is Greg Kales. Oh, my goodness, Greg Kales. Nothing really that he could do right there. And, man, he ends up in the air. Couple of big hits in this one. Benfield is up in the air. This is a considerable incident here very early in this race. Come back and take another look at it here. There you see Guerrero in the 14. We're actually catching it right as he gets turned. They come through turns 3 and 4. You see the Adam Green machine is about a quarter lane off the bottom. Maybe not a half a lane, but a quarter lane off the bottom. And he and Isaiah Dupree in the 86 meet in the middle. Then Guerrero, obviously in the bounce back of that, gets turned. That's where Stoney Benfield and Alex Green are going to get involved right here. There you see Benfield up off the ground. Kosciolek, a couple of tires in the air there. There's Chad French in the 93. I think for the most part, Chad French escapes this relatively unscathed. He's one of the least damaged cars I saw come out of this incident. I think he only got hit a couple of times. As well as Vicente Guerrero and Hunter Carlson. They only really get hit a few times. Oh, there you go. Chad French bounces off the inside wall, so maybe a little bit more damage to that car than I thought. But that, nonetheless, is what's going to put us under the caution flag for the first time tonight as we pace on lap number 10. It was hot and heavy right from the start of the race. Fast and furious action at the front. But a quick caution on lap 9 slows us back down and is going to cost some guys their fast repair here on lap number 10. When we were here in the first rotation of this racetrack, first time we came to this facility, we saw quite a bit of green flag racing, some green flag pit strategy. And then we saw a one-lap shootout, I believe, if I remember correctly, where Tyler Bentley found himself in the lead. By the time we got off turn number 4, it was not meant to be for the driver of the 55s. He got involved in the last lap accident off turn number 4. We'll see if he can get his redemption tonight. He is up to 6th after that incident. Justin Hinshaw's made some ground. He's up 18 spots. Adam Thompson, that's one of the guys that just entered the session not long before we got started. He is one of the new drivers in the field tonight as well in the 52. I believe he's got Menards aboard that machine tonight. Let me get back to him. He does not have Menards aboard that machine. It looked scarily like one of the old Menards, like Paul Menard Busch Series cars that he used to run in the mid-2000s. We'll get a better look at that car in a little bit. Anthony English is your leader. Travis Elliott is second. They have traded the lead back and forth since we got going. John Guerra is hanging in, though. Bo Benham's benefited from that caution. He's up several spots. So the field will shuffle up just a bit as the lights are out atop the pace car. It means we're going back to green on lap number 12 of 94. Single file restarts. The 2001 rules package is in effect. Lap cars will start on the bottom side of the leaders. No free pass tonight. No wave arounds tonight. Just old-fashioned hard racing, early 2000s style here on a Thursday night. It's like a time machine. So glad you're joining me here for this trip back in time. I have certainly quite enjoyed the almost refreshing nature of going back to the simpler times, if you will. But glad you are joining me here tonight. If you're just joining us, Throwback Series Racing from Talladega, round number 10. Over halfway through the season already. We are trucking along. We are at our second trip to the Talladega Superspeedway. Ricky Kuhn is the defending winner, but he is not in the field tonight. We'll take a look at the chat real quick before we get going. Hayden is back again, rooting for the 93. Grease Lightning Chad French. He was involved in that wreck. We'll see what he can do. Same with Cycloptic Bovine. What a name, by the way. Also in the house, rooting for Chad French. Kip Cook, rooting for the faster passer, Stoney Benfield. He was having a good run, but was involved in that incident. Sure, we'll see him back at the front before this one is all said and done. Cheer for your drivers tonight. If you're out here rooting on your favorite driver, let me know who it is. Let them know. Let them hear you loud and clear here tonight. Utilize that chat feature. It's there for a reason. Use it and cheer on your favorite drivers. Here we go. Pace car is down and away. We're getting ready to go back to the green flag. Anthony English has the field in hand up against the outside wall as the field stacks back up and gets ready to go back under the green flag. Lap 12 will go on the board. 83 laps to go from Talladega. Green flag is back in the air, and we are racing once again. English and Elliott away here by a car length and a half over John Guerra. A very split field, but it won't be for long. These cars are seriously affected by the draft. We will have a big pack here momentarily. Here comes Guerra. He's about a car length behind the leaders. Then Benham, Hinshaw, Kosciuszko, Bubba Winningham, Jimmy Fitzmaurice, Christian Strader, and Brent Elmore. That's the top 10 here as we roll down the backstretch. John Guerra wastes no time at all. Goes right to the middle. To the outside comes the 59. Does anybody go with him? Bo Benham thought about it. Drops back in line in front of Justin Hinshaw. So for now, Guerra actually side drafts the 51. Drags him backwards. Does anybody decide to go with the 59 of John Guerra? No takers yet. Now Bubba Winningham is starting to make his way forward in the 8. As Guerra has made it all the way even with the race leader. This is about as far as he'll get without drafting help. But here comes Bubba Winningham. He has a huge run. Has to take it all the way to the outside. That's not what John Guerra wanted to see. But unfortunately, it's such a big run out of the Bubba Winningham machine with the side drafting he was doing that he is just able to drive right on by. Justin Hinshaw tries to follow in his tire tracks. That's going to stall both lanes here for a moment as English and Elliott continue to just wrap around the bottom line, the fastest way around this 2.66 mile oval. Into turns 3 and 4 once again. Winningham, Hinshaw trying to make the third line work. Guerra actually may slide up in front of him, now thinks better of it as Winningham goes to drop back in line. Very split field here. Tyler Bentley, you see back there leading what is considered the second, maybe the third group. As the second group would technically be Adam Green, Chad French, and Mark Vega. Here they are. They are losing time to the leaders, so we'll see if they can get caught up. This is a very split field right now among the top about 24 cars. One car did not make the grid tonight, and that was Richard Mulligany in the 22. Unsure what happened on the 22 machine, but regardless, he did not make the grid. John Guerra's got some help behind him now, though. Into turn number 3, he's got Bubba Winningham, Justin Hinshaw, Alex Green, and Adam Kilday in line. About a half a lane up from the bottom, trying to truck forward, make that second line work. Bottom line, English, Elliott, Bo Benham, Eric Kosciuszko, Jimmy Fitzmaurice, and Christian Strader. Crossing the line, 80 laps to go at Talladega. We'll see if this race gets into pit stops. I can tell you that second group is now led by Chad French, and they are starting to catch the leaders now. They are picking up time in a hurry. In fact, a lot of these cars further back are starting to pick up time. So a much more incorporated pack is what we're about to have on lap number 15. Here comes John Guerra. He wants to lead. Relentless attack from the 59 early in this race. It's been all aggression from the start for John Guerra as he looks to take his machine all the way to the front of the field. He wants the race lead. Can he get it? Winningham not too close to him, but understandably so. It's a little bit early in the race for that still. Tyler Bentley and Adam Thompson, Chad French and Mark Vega have tagged onto the back of this lead group. Isaiah Dupree is bringing along Vicente Guerrero. They will be in this group momentarily as well, which brings this group up here at the front to 18 of the 25 cars on the racetrack. Looking back a little bit further, trying to see where everybody else is ending up. There's more cars gaining time further back. Greg Cales, Dylan Pearson, Matt Hayden, Stoney Benfield, and others. There's Stoney Benfield's machine. I think he may have opted to stick with the damage on that race car instead of taking the fast repair, so he may be down speed. We'll see what the issue will be on the 75. Isaiah Dupree, Vicente Guerrero say, I want to go a lane higher. We're going all the way to the front. Dupree up against the outside wall. Makes it 3 wide, and they are flying. How quick are they going to get to the front of the field? They stay way up there, rim riding right along that second dash line, way up against the wall. Higher than almost anybody has been willing to run here tonight. Guerra still even with the leader, Anthony English. Here comes Isaiah Dupree. He's all the way to the front of the field. He may get the lead on the back straightaway. Dupree pokes the nose out front for the first time. He's definitely going to get clear of the middle. He's going to bring Vicente Guerrero with him. What a run to the front by those two. They go all the way to 1-2, Guerrero and Dupree. Excellent work. So now Isaiah Dupree pokes the nose out front. He knows what's at stake tonight with Tyler Bentley running a little further back in the field trying to play conservative. Dupree says, all right, I'm going to counter that. I'm going to go for it myself, try to get the job done and lead as many laps as possible. Dupree flanking Anthony English to his right. Bubba Winningham up against the outside wall. He wants to try 3 wide, but he doesn't have much help. Here comes Adam Kilday trying to give that some help to that number 8 machine up against the outside retaining wall. Great racing here at the front of the field. Dupree, Guerrero, Guerra trying to make the middle line work. Winningham, Kilday trying to make the top line work all the while. English, Elliott, Benham, Kosciulik, Fitzmarie, Strader, and others are just ringing right around the shortest way around this racetrack. Off into turn number 3 and 4. Elliott has been very committed to the back bumper here of Anthony English. Let's see how long it lasts. Would imagine these guys very familiar with one another, so I would imagine it would be a pretty lasting alliance here in this race, at least early in the going, as they both race against each other on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. Two of the more familiar drivers with each other in the field here tonight. Middle line fading. Benham goes to 3rd. Now Travis Elliott, right as I said, something looked to be peeking out of line, but stays in behind the 44. So Dupree even with Benham now for 3rd. That's as far as the middle line can get so far. Still all Anthony English here in turns 3 and 4. Lap 19 on the board. Mark Vega, Dylan Pearson starting to come forward, Alex Green. And now it seems like everybody that was on the lead lap has caught this group with the exception of Adam Green, Stoney Benfield, Hunter Carlson, and Brian Elmore. Those are the only 4 cars that are not in this lead group. On lap 20 of 94. Off turn number 2, Dupree back even with the middle line. Guerrero able to give another push. Just had to cool off for a moment. He did push the 86 all the way to the front. This time he may push him clear of the bottom. It's going to be awfully close. Not quite. But up top is where the run is. New leader at Talladega, Bubba Winningham in the 8. Takes a turn at the front of the field. Now down to side draft. He's got Adam Kilday and Dylan Pearson with him. And so once again, we are 3 wide here, 3 rows deep at the front of the field. English back to the bottom. Travis Elliott's been pushing on him for a very long time in this race. They have been hooked up since the word go. Winningham still putting pressure on Isaiah Dupree and Vicente Guerrero up on the top side. Dupree trying to side draft the bottom. Winningham trying to side draft the middle, trying to drag that line forward. Both lines falter a bit here on the back straightaway. Now here comes Dupree. Once again, they'll be dead even. It's a drag race off towards turn number 3. Travis Elliott's ramped up the pushing on the bottom line. A lot more aggressive to the back bumper of the 44 now than he has been most of the race. Most of the race just been content to push, content to sit kind of about where he is right now off the back bumper of the 44. But now they've got challenge to the outside. That means he's got to be a little more aggressive, be a little more intense with the pushing. Here is a run at the front of the field. Lap 22 is about to go on the board. Anthony English continuing to lead here at Talladega, but Isaiah Dupree, Bubba Winningham have got something to say about that. Bubba Winningham, he wants the race lead. Drops down, tries to side draft. They're going to have a nice surge as they are all 3 hooked up here on the back straightaway. Let's see how far they can get. Dupree once again wants to take a look at it, but Winningham may get clear of everybody right here. What a push by Adam Kilday to the back bumper of the Budweiser Chevrolet up the back straightaway. Now Dupree gets some help from Vicente Guerrero behind him. Now English surges back to the bottom. Boy, do you love this racing. It's been a while since we've seen Talladega racing this good. Like I said, a trip back in time tonight to the super speedway racing of old, although I will say the aerodynamic package is not quite what it would have been. Many of us still wishful thinkers trying to wait on that aerodynamic package to make its appearance, and if that were to happen, you think the racing's good now, it would be 100% better with that package than it is right now. But we await it nonetheless. And this package certainly is no slouch. Still 3 wide, 3 rows deep. As Dupree and Winningham continue to hang tough in the middle and outside lines. And the story of the show so far, the MVP of this race so far is Travis Elliott. He has kept Anthony English out front for about as long as he can in this race. Just committed to the back bumper of the 44. As they are getting ready to pass the first lap traffic, Brian Elmore is not far up in front of this group, I do believe, in the 39, so he'll be the first car to go a lap down when they get to him here in the next couple of laps. English continuing to lead the way. Dupree and Winningham continue to lead their respective lines, but nobody's been able to clear Anthony English, mostly thanks to Travis Elliott. The first challenge for the lead lap cars awaits. They're going to have to lap Brian Elmore. It's going to come down to when do they catch that machine? At what point in the track are they going to catch this 39? I think Bubba Winningham says, well, let's just back out of it and play it safe here. And that's exactly what they do. So we go back to 2 wide. This is going to help Isaiah Dupree's case. No side draft to his right. That means he'll be able to move up a little bit faster. That outside line very connected. Dupree, Guerrero, John Guerra, Dylan Pearson, now the top 4 in the middle. Bottom still continues to hang strong. Now Dupree gets a nice run. This is one of the first breakthroughs I think we've seen here in this front group. Dupree may go to the lead here down the back straightaway. Let's see if he gets clear of the 44. Looks like it to me. Off into turn number 3. Does English get back to the left rear quarter panel? He does not, but Dupree hangs in front of Vicente Guerrero and stays parked right in the middle of the racetrack. Strategic move by the 86, trying to keep the dominant lane. It's very good when you have the right pushers behind you. Inside line's help has started to fade just a little bit. Bo Benham riding about a half car length off the back bumper of the 51. That's going to slow them down just the slightest bit compared to the middle, but the bottom still the most dominant way around, just by way of it being the shortest way around. Dupree continuing to get some nice help from Vicente Guerrero. English continuing to get the help he has gotten all night from the 51 of Travis Elliott. Lap 26 on the board. Pit stops will be approaching here before we know it. Probably in the next 10 to 12 laps, maybe 15 if they stretch it. We'll see. I believe a fuel run in the last race here was about 25 laps long, if I remember correctly. Still, everybody just content to be 2 wide lockstep formation here, riding, biding their time, not wanting to do anything too crazy, especially after such a big incident early on in the going of this race. Not a lot of drivers going to want to do very much until the later stages of the race, at least until we make our first pit stop. Everybody's still 2 wide. Anthony English, Isaiah Dupree continuing to lead the way. Looking for guys starting to come through the field. Alex Green is making his way up. Jimmy Fitzmaurice making his way forward. Down the back straightaway once again. Dupree pokes the nose out front, but still is going to stay parked on the outside line. This time, English stays about dead even. Into turn number 3. Middle line riding way off the bottom. This is going to be something you see get a little bit more intense the longer the night goes. The side drafting will get a little bit more serious, a little bit closer to the door. The longer the night goes, you'll see Dupree pull down right on the door of that bottom line to drag them backwards. Use the air to drag them backwards and propel his line forward. It's one of the keystone strategies, cornerstone strategies. I mixed up key and cornerstone there somehow into one word. It's one of the cornerstone strategies of super speedway racing. Side drafting is a very helpful tool. It is a crucial part of moving your line forward. You can do it in both lanes. On the bottom, you can do it to bring the bottom lane forward on the straightaways. You'll see the middle line drop down on the door of the bottom when they're trying to propel their line forward on corner exit. So keep an eye out for that. Vicente Guerrero drops out of line from in front of Isaiah Dupree, from behind Isaiah Dupree, rather. John Guerra goes out to the outside 3 wide as Dupree, I think, is trying to find a spot in line. I think we're getting ready to have pit stops here before long. Usually as guys start to fade to the bottom, you know pit stops are coming. But how long until these guys have to make a scheduled stop for service? Guerrero almost gets turned off the bumper of Bo Benham. Bo Benham has to lift out of the gas. That's going to cause Kosciolek to check up. Field catching some more lap traffic. That's the Carlson, Benfield, and Adam Green cars. And let's see how they handle them. They're going to continue to run the bottom. This could get very hairy if the leaders get to them here on the exit of 4. The leaders are going to have to go up and around the lap machines. Guerrero going to stay bottom. Now pulls to the outside. And to the start-finish line. Lap 30 goes on the board as the field continues to roll around the lap machines here of Green, Carlson, and Benfield. Some people having some trouble a little further back getting around those machines. Dupree was having an issue. But now everybody starts to file back around. Adam Kilday having a little bit of trouble as well. Now into turn number 3. English, Elliott, Guerrero, Benham, Kosciolek, your top 5. Now they start to fan out a little bit further back as they try to continue to manage those lap machines. Off of turn number 4. Matt Hayden has made his way to 5th after getting caught in that early accident. Up the outside, here comes the 6 of Matt Hayden. Guerra jumps around the 86 of Isaiah Dupree. Close moment there with those two, and Kosciolek there in turns 1 and 2. Off onto the back straightaway. Matt Hayden, Isaiah Dupree continue to try to roll here forward. Dylan Pearson jumps into the outside line. They start to draw a little bit of a crowd once again. Hayden is even for 4th position with Bo Benham. That's as far as he's been able to get. Let's see if they can get any more here off turn number 4 this time by. Into the trial, Anthony English continues to rack up laps led, tick those laps off the board, make it 63 laps to go here as we pass the start-finish line. Off into turn 1 goes Anthony English. Travis Elliott in tow. Vicente Guerrero now 3rd on the bottom, just riding for now. Great run for the 14 machine so far. Matt Hayden, though, is even with 3rd. Now the top line has really started to gain some momentum. Matt Hayden's going to go to 2nd right here down the back straightaway. He may get close to the lead. He'll get even with the leader, Anthony English. So the battle for the lead is on in turn number 3. Matt Hayden in the 6, pushed by Isaiah Dupree, who is supported by John Guerra in the 59, and the lap machine of Hunter Carlson. English, Elliott going to have to work for it a little bit here off turn number 4, as there goes Matt Hayden. He's going to get to the race lead. Isaiah Dupree will follow. Closest anyone's been to clearing down under Anthony English. Let's see if Matt Hayden can do so right here. Not quite. English hangs tough right at the left rear quarter panel of the 6. No surprise, Anthony English running very well at Talladega. Experienced, seasoned veteran on the super speedways. Hunter Carlson dives out of line, drops to the bottom. I think pit stops are starting to quickly approach here at Talladega, but how long? I don't know. And if the window is about 25, we're looking at about the next 3, 4, 5 laps or so to hit pit road and make your scheduled service here for the first green flag pit stop of the night. English maintains the lead with the help of Travis Elliott. The trial once again. And back down to the start-finish line they roll. 61 laps to go as lap 34 goes up on the scoring tower. Pass turns 1 and 2. Only 2 cars remain in the middle line. It's Isaiah Dupree and Matt Hayden. They're both going to try to get down in line. Dupree gets down in front of Hunter Carlson. Now Matt Hayden, the only one remaining up on the outside line. That means pit stops are imminent here at Talladega. Green flag pit stops about to happen here on lap 34. How far do they go before they make those pit stops? Hayden trying to find a spot in line. I think Isaiah Dupree is going to give it to him right there. He does, so they are 6th and 7th off turn number 4. Does anybody come to pit road here on lap 34? Yes, Isaiah Dupree, a late break to pit road, and he's the only one that hits the pit lane. And he spins it on pit road. Dupree in the 86 spins that car. He's going to have the 777 of Adam Green with him, but a serious setback for the 86 machine. Back up front, Anthony English. When does he make his pit stop? He's been leading for most of the run. You got to think his pit stop is coming up here in a couple of laps at the most. These cars don't get on the brakes well. You're going to have to see these guys manage getting down to pit road speed. It's 55 miles an hour to get on pit road. You do have a little bit of a tolerance on the entry, but it's not much of one. I have noticed you can get away with about 3 or 4 over right when you hit the entry line, but you got to get it down to speed. Vicente Guerrero to pit road. John Guerra to pit road. Dylan Pearson to pit road. Does everybody get it locked up? Guerra may be close to speeding, but everybody looks good to me. Bubba Winningham, Mark Vega also joining these two on pit road, as well as Stoney Benfield in the 75. Splits the field up here at the front. Anthony English, Travis Elliott, Alex Green on a 3-car breakaway from Matt Hayden, the lap machine of Hunter Carlson, Bo Benham, and Eric Kosciolek. Then it's a whole lot of separation from there on back. This is going to be a very interesting pit cycle. English down the back straightaway, off into turn number 3. You got to think he's reaching the end of his window. Let's see here off turn number 4. And here they come. English, Elliott, Green, Hayden, Carlson, Kosciolek. Does Anthony get it down to speed? He had it locked up at the entry line. We're going to see if he was up to speed. Everybody gets on and looks like pretty okay. Adam Kilday, Bo Benham, Christian Schrader, Chad French, Tyler Bentley, Adam Thompson, and Brent Elmore all on pit road here. This time by 2 cars stay on the racetrack. That is Justin Hinshaw and Greg Kales, as well as the lap machine of Brian Elmore. So these two are the only 2 remaining left to pit here. As we await the results of this pit cycle. English is out of pit road. Now the question is, did he receive a speeding penalty? As these 2 cars are very slow in 3 and 4, very slow. I believe they've run the tanks out here off turn number 4. They're going to have to coast into their boxes, it looks like. English maintains the lead. Where is the Vicente Guerrero group? Too far back. Dupree goes a lap down in the cycle. He will get that lap back here in a moment. You'll see him flash. Actually, he's not going to get it back. He's going to have to just blame the leaders. Anthony English, I'm not sure how this happened, but he is about a second in front of the rest of these cars. Actually, make it a second and a half. Now, he will not stay that far out in front. And let's see off turn number 4. Does he come to pit road with a speeding penalty? No. They must have gotten it down to speed just barely, did the driver of the 44. I will tell you, a driver that apparently did receive a penalty, that would be Jimmy Fitzmaurice in the 33 as he comes for a second stop. Justin Hinshaw still remaining on pit road. Lap 38 on the board. Our first cycle of green flag pit stops is done and over with. Alex Green will go right around the 44 of English. Travis Elliott thought about staying on the bottom to try to help the 44. Instead, opts to go to the top of the racetrack, go right around. Now Matt Hayden will jump out in front of Isaiah Dupree, and we'll get the racing here up front for the lead. Here comes Matt Hayden with the help of the lapped Isaiah Dupree machine. Now it will be interesting to see how much that second group can make up. They're 3.5 seconds back right now. With them running 2 wide, it's going to be awfully tough for this group to stay in front of that second group, who I believe is for the most part single file. Well, actually, now they start to lose some time. They are double file as well. So this could get very interesting here as they're losing time to our lead group. Your lead group here is 5 cars on the lead lap, and then the lap machine of Isaiah Dupree in the 86. It's Green, Elliott, Hayden, English, and Kilday. And Vicente Guerrero has now pulled in front of that second group, which if they can get lined up with more cars and with them not jockeying the same way this front group is continuing to jockey for position, they can start to make some time up, and now the gap begins to close. There's the second group at the top of your screen. They will start to close up this gap and see if they can make this one cohesive pack. They're 3 seconds back. They need to all just really ride in line and not try to race each other too hard, and they can get right back into this one. Alex Green, meanwhile, the black number 3 is out front. What a sight to see on lap 40 as the black number 3 is out front in Earnhardt country. Down the back straightaway, Alex Green. A healthy push from Travis Elliott. Green leading his first laps of the night. That second group, by the way, has gotten together now. They're 3 seconds flat back of this first group and still picking up time. We'll keep an eye on the progress of that group as this run continues. Closing in on halfway from Talladega. The next pit stop would probably be somewhere around lap 60. A little bit after lap 60. If you can stretch it, let's see. I'm trying to think of when these leaders, some of them came down on like lap 37. If you could stretch it to say Probably 66, 67. You could probably make it the rest of the way. I don't think anybody's going to be able to stretch it that far. We'll see. If not, it will be a two-stop race here the rest of the way. Second group is in line. Here they come. 2.5 seconds back and still making up time as Matt Hayden goes to lead trouble. Around goes Dupree. Harder to the outside wall goes the 86. And he's going to slide down the banking. Adam Thompson, Bo Benham crashed. So does Dylan Pearson and Mark Vega. They crashed trying to miss the incident, and a yellow flag has come out here on lap 41. And this one started with Isaiah Dupree getting out of shape here in turns 3 and 4. Not sure what happened here. We'll try to take a look from the TV follow camera. Justin Hinshaw. Not really sure what gap he was looking for there, honestly. Tries to fit it in between the Alex Green and Isaiah Dupree machines. And instead gets the 86 out of shape. He bounces off Alex Green and is going to pummel the outside wall. That's a big hit for the 86. And he and Hinshaw are going to slide to a stop now. As they roll down the banking, you're going to see a second incident occur here behind them that involves Mark Vega, Bo Benham, Dylan Pearson, and one other car. Chad French, Tyler Bentley skate on by. Dupree gets all the way to the bottom. There's Dylan Pearson, Adam Thompson, Mark Vega, and Bo Benham. So we'll go back and see what happened with these cars. They're further back. And I imagine they just probably get checked up trying to miss the wreck. There's Adam Thompson there on the left side of your screen as well. These guys check up. Chad French dives out of the way. And I think Benham is going to get right in the back of the 52 of Adam Thompson. And they are going to collect the 5 of Dylan Pearson right there. Couple big hits, couple substantial hits here in this one. Benham bounces off the outside wall, and Vega can't really get this thing stopped by the time he comes up on Pearson and the now stopped Isaiah Dupree. And there you have it. That's our second caution of the night here on lap number 43 of 94. And the field is shaken up a bit here in the running order as certain drivers have come to pit road. Only one driver has opted to stay on the racetrack, and that is Eric Kosciolik, so he will lead for the first time tonight. And of note here under this caution, 3 cars getting back on the lead lap by virtue of where Kosciolik was running on the racetrack when these pit stops occurred, and that is Justin Hinshaw, Adam Green, and Stoney Benfield. So if you're the 75, you're hoping for a quick yellow, and he will be right back in this race, still short of halfway. He's going to need one of those quick cautions. We saw a couple of them last time we were at the Talladega Superspeedway. A stack up on the restart can lead to a very quick yellow that we saw give laps back to several drivers throughout the night. And certainly if you're Adam Green, Justin Hinshaw, or Stoney Benfield, you're hoping for that right here. We'll see if they stay on the racetrack or they opt to come to pit road as we pace on lap number 43. They will actually hit pit road. So scratch that. Kosciolik actually hits pit road as well. Vicente Guerrero, Chad French, Tyler Bentley, Adam Thompson, Bo Benham also making trips to their pit boxes. Mark Vega will join them. Pit strategy being played here at Talladega on lap 44. We will go back green next time by. The race leader is Anthony English in the 44. Matt Hayden is second. Adam Kilday third. Travis Elliott fourth. And Alex Green is fifth. The other 3 cars that stayed on the racetrack, Greg Kales, Bubba Winningham, and Christian Schrader. So we'll go back to green flag racing on lap 45. With 50 laps to go from Talladega, we are 3 laps short of halfway home in this event. If you're just joining me, Throwback Series Race 10 at the Talladega Superspeedway tonight. The OP Racing Throwback Series. Under our next caution, if we get one, we'll look ahead at our next few races on the schedule. Start to preview those a little bit, as we have some very diverse tracks coming up. A very interesting set of tracks over the next few weeks. A wide range of different facilities we'll be visiting on the Throwback Series schedule. Only 8 weeks to go after tonight. So 2 months essentially of racing left to go. Now it will be stretched over about 3 months of time because of where the Thanksgiving and Christmas holidays fall. We'll have a total of 3 off weeks for those holidays coming up here in just a few weeks. If you can believe it or not, we are about 3 weeks short of Thanksgiving already, which is actually, we're only 2 weeks short of Thanksgiving, which is wild to think about. We are already almost to the holiday season, and obviously we will go back racing for a few weeks and have a 2-week holiday break over that Christmas period. For now, though, that's still all up ahead on the horizon right now. We've got a race to settle at Talladega Superspeedway. Lap cars on the bottom: Hunter Carlson, Brian Elmore, Jimmy Fitzmaurice, Adam Green, and Stoney Benfield. Anthony English into the tri-oval here once again. Let's see what's going to happen on this next run of the race. 50 laps to go from Talladega. Green flag is back in the air, and we are back underway as they go up through the gears towards turn number 1. English with a great restart, but I imagine he probably stays parked up here in the outside lane. The lap car is going to be around the bottom of the racetrack, and that's exactly what he will do. English stays up in front of Matt Hayden, Adam Kilday, Travis Elliott in tow, and a little bit of a gap back to Alex Green, not much of one. Benfield tries to get up in front of Greg Cales. Aggressive move by the 75 of Stoney Benfield. He's going to come try to get his lap back to Hardway. Kilday squeezes through the middle. He goes right up behind the Anthony English machine. Benfield goes to the outside. He wants to try to get back up to the leaders and potentially get a spot to get his lap back. English leads. Elliott at the bottom of the racetrack now. Adam Kilday pushing in the middle. Alex Green in the fray, as well as Greg Cales. English at the bottom in front of Travis Elliott. We've seen this combo tonight. It is back bumper to bumper here at the front of the field. It's taken a few laps, but they are right back together here on lap 46. 2 laps short of halfway, and we are 3 wide most of the way back. Make it 4 rows deep here at the front of the field. Christian Schrader flies through the middle. He wants some spots. He's up to 7th and pushing forward still. Anthony English continuing to lead the field down the back straightaway. Alex Green giving Adam Kilday all he's got here down the backstretch. So far, no match for the bottom. Into turns 3 and 4. Anthony English still maintaining the lead on the bottom. Stoney Benfield drops in line behind Alex Green. Now will go all the way to the bottom behind the Hunter Carlson machine. Satisfied to ride where he's at as they run on the racetrack right now. Oh, Jimmy Fitzmaurice out of shape. Down to the apron, went to 33. He gets it righted. Isaiah Dupree, oh my goodness, what in the world is the 86 doing here? He drops in behind Adam Thompson. Isaiah Dupree. Couple of wild moves right there. Down the backstretch. All 2 wide lockstep, about 6 rows deep here in this field. And turns 3 and 4. Middle line trying to get it going once again. Hayden and Schrader behind Green and Kilday, but they just really can't get much going here. Now they can. They're even went to leader. Halfway at Talladega this time by when they pass the start-finish line. And our top 4 are all Super Speedway Series drivers here. Anthony English, Adam Kilday, Travis Elliott, Alex Green all run in the Premier Series on Monday nights, as well as the Wednesday night Grand National Series and the Saturday night Truck Series as well. All 4 very familiar with the art of super speedway racing. No surprise they have found their way to the front here on lap 48. Mark Vega, Isaiah Dupree starting to come forward in the outside line. Trying to make something happen as Dupree tries to get his lap back the hard way. Everybody content to just kind of ride where they're at besides the Vega and Dupree machines. Back past the start-finish line, lap 49 on the board. With that caution coming out where it did, we are, I believe, into a one-stop race now. Only one pit stop remaining here potentially for these drivers before the end of this event. Mark Vega, what a run to the outside for the 8. He goes all the way to the race lead. Dupree will clear down with him. Now where does Isaiah Dupree go? Because you know he's eventually going to want to try to get around the 8 car to try to get his lap back here. Vega jumps out to the outside and allows Dupree to drive on by on the inside. So right now, Isaiah Dupree's on the tail end of the lead lap. This is exactly where he wants to be should a caution come out. How long will Anthony English let him run out front of this field? English is the leader of the race. Dupree is the last car on the lead lap. And now Stoney Benfield wants to do the same thing. He said, I saw the 86 do it. Now I'm going to go do it for myself. Try to get himself in a spot to get his lap back, get right back in this race. So English now able to just be content to push the 86, which I'm sure he doesn't quite mind doing. Now to turn number 3, Dupree staying where he's at should a caution come out. This is exactly the spot he needs to be in should a yellow flag come out. He would get his lap back and get to start at the tail end of the lead lap cars and be right back in this race. Stoney Benfield is trying to do the exact same thing. Since being involved in that first incident and not taking his fast repair, Benfield lost a lap in our first cycle of green flag pit stops and has had a clean car ever since. Just needs to get in a spot where he can get in front of the leaders and get his only lap that he is down back. Get back on the tail end of the lead lap. I believe he'll be a force to be reckoned with if he can get back on the lead lap, but he needs some help here. He needs some dancing partners if he wants to try to get forward. Inside of 45 laps to go here from Talladega. The laps are ticking away quickly. We are just past 50 laps in to this 94-lap event. The leaders, Anthony English, Travis Elliott, are content to just run behind the 86. The middle line's made almost no progress here on this run. 52 laps are on the board. 51 are put away here from Talladega. English peeking out of line once again. I don't think he intends on going anywhere. I think just trying to cool the car off a little bit. Mark Vega begins to run back to the front. Here comes the 8. He wants the lead back from English. He'll get it. He will not be able to clear down, but he will effectively have the lead as he's even with the lap machine of Isaiah Dupree. So Mark Vega now leads at Talladega, really for about the first time tonight. Spent a couple seconds in the lead earlier in the race, but now he is solidly in the lead with Adam Kilday running behind him. And there's Stoney Benfield lurking behind these leaders. He's waiting for the right opportunity, trying to get that lap back. He's got plenty of time, not time to force it yet for the 75. Just put yourself in a good position, and then when the move opens up, you can make it. And then hopefully it works out for you, and then you're back racing on the lead lap next time we get a yellow flag. Vega down in front of Dupree. That's not what the 86 wanted to see, as he's now trapped again behind a lead lap car. That allows Adam Kilday to basically box him in and also lead the middle line in front of Stoney Benfield. Off turn number 4 once again. Vega continuing to lead. Dupree thought about splitting middle. That's a choice you probably don't make. Chad French looked to the outside line. How about the 93? Where did he come from? He's 6th. Stoney Benfield around the outside. He wants to get right back in front of the leaders and try to get his lap back. Here comes Bubba Winningham to try to help him. It allows Mark Vega to pull back out front of the field. Benfield losing some time. Needs Winningham to get on the back bumper of him and push him forward here. But he's going to continue to lose time. Winningham's still not to him. He took the move when he saw somebody else make it, and unfortunately, it does not line up for him. See if he can rebound a little bit. Meanwhile, Adam Kilday wants the race lead here in turns 3 and 4. It'll be 40 to go when we hit the start-finish line. Adam Kilday, even with Mark Vega for the race lead. Vicente Guerrero's made his way back into the picture. as he is second in the middle. And Benfield is pretty much caught up on the outside line. Really, the only other car up there is Bubba Winningham. He's going to need another dancing partner up there for them to go anywhere. Still dead even for the lead. Dupree pushing Mark Vega. Guerrero pushing Adam Kilday. Down the back straightaway, off into turn number 3. Adam Kilday gets the lead, clears down. He's got the lead, and Benfield is right back to the leaders. He's using the side draft very, very well to get even with the middle line. If he can lead the middle line at the very least, they could push him up in front of the leaders and then try to get him clear. He's trying his best to use that side draft, and it's working a little bit for him, but I think he does still need one more car up there. Now they get that third car. Here comes Greg Kales in the 311. Does he stay up? No, he does not. He's kind of hanging between the two lanes, middle and top, deciding where he wants to go. And Benfield, again, loses his help as Bubba Winningham still not to the back bumper of the 75, mainly because he doesn't have any help from behind. New leader in Talladega, Vicente Guerrero in the 14. That Budweiser Chevrolet takes a turn to the front of the field. Does he drop to the bottom in front of Adam Kilday? Not yet, not yet. Hanging up now, Adam Kilday back to his outside. Benfield even with the leaders, maybe a little bit of contact. You can see how close the side draft has gotten for Stoney Benfield. The urgency is there. He's even with the leaders now. He's going to be dead even with the leader at the line. 38 laps to go from Talladega as Benfield, for the moment, pulls ahead of Guerrero and now is able to lead. Oh, I thought he was going to only lead the second line. He's got it if he wants it in front of Chad French, but stays up in the third line in front of Winningham. He still will probably get it here down the back straightaway. Chad French not really any significant help in the middle. Now he does have some help for the lead at Talladega. For the first time tonight, Grease Light in the 93 of Chad French goes to the race lead. He takes the point from Vicente Guerrero. Lead changes a plenty here at the front of the field so far. Dupree drops in line. That allows Benfield to lead what is now the second line. Vicente Guerrero stepped out but has really no help to go with him. Kilday stays in the middle. Oh my goodness. Stoney Benfield squeezes between Adam Green and Isaiah Dupree. The instincts of the driver of the 75, Stoney Benfield, as he is desperately trying to search for anything he can get. Trying to get back on the lead lap. He's close. He's been close a couple times. The opportunities are there. He just has to try to find an opening. Bottom line's help fades a little bit. Chad French, not really much help from behind here. Off into turn number 3. It allows Guerrero to go all the way to the lead and all the way to the bottom. And don't look now, but now Stoney Benfield is one car away from being at the tail end of the lead lap. Benfield down to side draft hard. He's got Adam Green behind him, the 777. Dupree fills the gap behind Adam Green. Now the outside's got some energy. Here comes Benfield. Guerrero takes the lead, but Benfield is going to pull out in front of him here as they hit the start-finish line. Will he get all the way there? Yes, he will. He's on the tail end of the lead lap as they run. If a caution were to come out, he'd be right back in this race. But he's going to need some help. He needs some serious help. The outside not going to give it to him. I don't think Adam Green's going to be in the same spot. Isaiah Dupree may also go to that spot. We're going to have 3 cars here at the front of the field that could get their laps back with a crash. They have done everything they need to do. Alex Green's in the wall. Travis Elliott. Oh, my goodness. That was almost the caution that these 3 cars needed here at the front of the field. As Alex Green made contact with the outside wall, and Travis Elliott, I thought, was going to hit him on the back bumper. Bubba Winningham actually is going to go to the race lead here, but he stays behind the Stoney Benfield machine as Dupree drops in line in front of the 75. And so 3 cars have now put themselves in prime position to get their laps back should a caution flag come out at any point here in this run. Off into turn number 3 once again. Guerrero is the leader. For reference, actually now it's Bubba Winningham in the 8. Off of turn number 4, Dupree up to the middle. Green goes a lane higher. Dupree got split. Benfield said, no, sir, you're not coming back down. We're going to go 4 wide. We're going to be close. Somehow it stays all together. Travis Elliott and Alex Green have a monster run. Now he might go 4 wide. It's awfully close. And Benfield's watching this happen behind him like, please, guys, give me something here. Still no luck. Off turn 2 onto the Alabama Gang super stretch. Adam Green trying to block for all he's worth as Alex Green wants the lead. Dupree side drafting for all he's worth to try to get back in front of the leaders. Alex Green now leads in the 3. Elliott bails on him. So does Adam Green. Alex Green will go backwards here. This is wild stuff at the front of the field. Inside 35 laps to go. A caution is exactly what these 3 cars need at the front of the field. Elliott goes to the middle. Travis Elliott right to the middle of the 86 and the 14. He's going to go to the middle once again, but Adam Green shuts the door. Adam Green slams the door on the 51, who wanted to go all the way to the race lead with that move. Instead, we'll go to second. Dupree going to get right in behind the 51 of Travis Elliott. Let's see if he replicates that move. Now down the backstretch, Elliott will go to the race lead, and that means he'll put Benfield back 1 lap down. The help has faded on the bottom. Elliott gets down, and now all of a sudden, Benfield is once again trapped a lap down. So the work paid off for a moment, but now he needs to do it all the same once again. Elliott off turn 4. Benfield looks to the outside. Actually, he's going to look to the middle, and Guerrero goes with him. Travis Elliott hung on the bottom. 4 wide here in the tri-oval. Dupree squeezes between both of them. This is not going to work. Dupree third line. Now Benfield all the way back down to the bottom. Still 4 wide behind them as Dupree tried to split both cars. They are on each other's doors. Guerrero and Dupree have to hold it straight, and somehow we're back to 3 wide. So we've got 3 wide tonight, and now we have, for the first time, tested 4 wide. And if that doesn't show you the desperation for Adam Green, Isaiah Dupree, and Stoney Benfield to stay where they are, well, now, obviously, Dupree and Green have some work to do. But if that doesn't show you the determination that you need to have to stay out front of the field in case an incident occurs behind you, I don't know what does. So Travis Elliott leads. Guerrero is second, but Benfield, more importantly, is staying in front of the field here. Guerrero may take that opportunity away from him here, though, in turns 1 and 2. They'll be side by side. Dupree trying to make his own run back to the front here to get in front of the leaders and be able to get his lap back should a caution come out. Push is on the bottom. Travis Elliott does an excellent job and gets the 75 of Benfield right back out in front. Nail-biting moments at Talladega as we await to see if any of these lap-down cars will be able to get their lap back. They are jockeying with the leaders. Dyson back and forth, going punch for punch with the leaders of the race. Into the tri-oval. Guerrero now regains the lead with the help of Isaiah Dupree in front of Travis Elliott, and at the line it is 30 laps to go from Talladega. We are about 5 laps from the last fuel window opening. Down in front of Benfield. Benfield up the racetrack into Isaiah Dupree. The field splits. Adam Green goes with the 75. 75 jumps back in line. Dupree split all the way out against the wall. Now he waits for help from Hunter Carlson. He will not get it. He'll be stuck out against the outside wall. No help coming here for the driver of the 86. Down the back straightaway, off into turn number 3, Vicente Guerrero leads. Dupree jumps in line third behind Hunter Carlson. Benfield going to try to take any window he can get back to the middle of the racetrack, try to get back out in front of the 14. Off turn number 4, Green will go back to the tail end of the lead laps. He passes the 14 of Guerrero. Dupree to the middle. They went too high, and Dupree made him pay. The 86 to the middle. He gets turned into the outside wall, and that is not what you wanted to see if you are Stoney Benfield. He will get caught, the first car a lap down, as Isaiah Dupree gets turned in the tri-oval, trying to go to the middle of Hunter Carlson and Travis Elliott, I believe. He gets turned, and Benfield is going to have to try it again one more time. You saw it happen live on your screen. It was actually a really well-timed move by Isaiah Dupree to go right to the middle of the racetrack. They ran really high here. This is a lot higher than you usually see. Look at how much space is available between the 2 and the 14. The 86 goes to the middle, makes some pay. He doesn't have any help, but you really don't need any when you make a run like this in this car. The 86 running very much in the middle. Adam Green sees him coming and tries to slam the door, and as Hunter Carlson follows him down, he gets into the right rear quarter panel of the 86 and sends him sideways. He bounces off the outside wall and collects the 2 of Hunter Carlson. Elmore, I think, may have missed it. Does Brian Elmore miss it? Yes, he does. Hunter Carlson just bounced off the outside wall and kept it going. So Isaiah Dupree once again sees his hopes to get back on the lead lap go up in smoke, and again he's got serious damage to the back end of his machine. Take one more look at this just to try to explain to you what I'm seeing here. Let's see if we can find a little bit better angle. This one's pretty good looking straight on. Watch the 2 of Hunter Carlson. He's the Miller Lite Dodge in the outside lane behind Adam Green. You're going to see Adam Green go to the middle to block Isaiah Dupree's run. And you're going to see the 2 of Hunter Carlson start to follow him down the racetrack. This is tunnel vision. And it happens a lot here on super speedways where you follow the guy down that's in front of you, perhaps when you're not even clear. And that's exactly what happens right here. He follows the 777 down the racetrack, and as he does, he clips the right rear quarter panel of the 86. And as they slide by here, Elmore does get a piece of it right there. So Brent Elmore is involved in the incident. But nobody else is, everybody else unscathed. As we go under the yellow flag here once again, our 3rd caution of the night on lap 67. Vicente Guerrero continuing to lead the way. And once again, the job is the same for the 75 of Stoney Benfield, who is not going to get his lap back when we go back under the green flag. He was that close. He got the wreck he needed, but he was not in front of the race leaders, so he still remains 1 lap down. But he was very, very close. He was dicing it up there at the front of the field. He will be doing so again on this run for sure. Still plenty of time for him to get his lap back, by the way. It's only lap 67. We still have 27 laps to go next time by at the start-finish line. For him to just get in front of the leaders and have a crash happen behind him, and with this being Talladega, that is a very likely occurrence here inside the last 25 or so laps of the race. 75 will come to pit road, as will the 14. Looks like the 3 of Alex Green going to pit. 93 of Chad French is going to pit. Adam Kilday is on pit road. Anthony English is on pit road. Mark Vega, Matt Hayden, Adam Thompson, Bo Benham, Tyler Bentley, Eric Kosciolik, Christian Strader, Jimmy Fitzmaurice, and obviously Stoney Benfield as well. Staying on the racetrack, Greg Cales, Travis Elliott, and Brent Elmore. Looks like Bubba Winningham and Adam Green are also opting to stay on the racing surface. Adam Green has his lap back. He is position number 5 here for this restart. And so the work begins again for Stoney Benfield. He's the one I would watch on this restart. If you thought he was aggressive before, he is going to be up on the wheel, elbows out on this restart. The opportunities will start to get more and more limited as we get closer to the end of this race. We do have 25 laps to go. It'll be 24 to go. Actually, I'm way off. It's 27 to go right now. Sorry, we'll be going back green with 26 to go. He still has several laps to be back on the lead lap. He's got plenty of time. No need to panic quite yet, but certainly you'll see the urgency continue to rise the more laps that pass. And we get closer to the end of this race. He'll get to line up here 3rd on the inside line by virtue of being a lap machine. So we'll see if he can immediately grab some momentum, try to get in front of the leaders, try to get his lap back. Hunter Carlson and Brian Elmore are going to be trying to do that as well here. Hunter Carlson is, 1 lap down. Carlson, Elmore, Benfield, and Isaiah Dupree. Dupree's still only 1 lap down after all of that. He still remains only 1 lap down. So still a long ways to go. A lot of still to happen here. And so here we go. Pace car is down. And we are getting ready to put him back under the green flag once again here on lap number 69. Greg Cales stays out and inherits the race lead with 26 laps to go at Talladega. Into the restart zone they come. Green flag is back in the air. We are back underway, and up through the gears go the race leaders off towards turn number 1. Cale's actually going to choose to hang a left, go to the bottom of the racetrack where he thinks the help might be getting. Benfield's going to have a gap to the outside. Does he take it or stay where he's at? He's going to stay parked right along the yellow line. The 75. Watch him. Watch Brian Elmore. Watch Hunter Carlson. And watch Isaiah Dupree. Those are the cars one lap down that can get their lap back the hard way, hereby passing our race leaders. Travis Elliott immediately wants the race lead from Greg Cales. He goes to the outside of the racetrack. Brent Elmore stays with him. Justin Hinshaw goes a lane up. He is a lap machine as well in the 034. Here comes Adam Green. He's got a huge head of steam. Goes 3 wide around Brent Elmore. It's going to fan out just a little bit here. Does Benfield go up? Yes, he does. There goes the 75. Up behind Brent Elmore. He'll start to charge forward, trying to get momentum going towards the front of the field. To the line. It's 25 laps to go this time by. We should be all done with pit stops here. Now that we've made that pit stop out of the caution, we should be all set to go to the end of this event. Greg Cales leads. Adam Green is second. And don't look now, here comes Chad French in the 93. He wants the race lead here in 1 and 2. So does Adam Green. They're going to be 3 wide for the lead behind lap machines here. Oh boy, where do these lap machines go? Dupree has found his way forward. He's in the 3rd line. There's Stoney Benfield flanking him to his left elbow. Now Dupree jumps in line behind the 75. Where do these cars go? Benfield goes all the way to the bottom. Doesn't like what he sees in the middle. Thinks the bottom may roll. Dupree stays home in the middle and hopes it'll roll. Vicente Guerrero starting to make hay. A little further back as well in the black and red. Budweiser 14. 24 laps to go. Greg Cales continues to lead here at Talladega. Adam Green wants it. Hinshaw quick clear to the bottom. Contact between Isaiah Dupree and Adam Green. They keep it going. Jockeying for position late in the race for the race lead onto the Alabama Gang super stretch. Adam Green, oh, contact! Around goes the Fitzmaurice machine. We keep it going. Benfield drives right to the bottom of the incident. Never took his foot out of the gas. He's coming forward, trying to get to the race leaders. He's only got one more car to pass, and it's Greg Cales. What can he do? He's going to get there. Which line does he pick? Does he go to the middle, perhaps? To the middle goes the 75, waving the wheel. He's all up on the wheel here. Around he goes. Can he get all the way around the leader here? I'm not sure where this run came from, but he does manage to put a bumper out front of the 311. So for now, he's tailing the lead lap. Contact between him and Justin Hinshaw. Adam Green not going to lift. He's going to go 3 wide. That's going to tuck Benfield up on the outside line. Brent Elmore coming to the aid of those 2 cars. Benfield jumps right in behind. Don't be surprised to see him hang a left and try to go to the middle once again. Adam Green leads the race. Benfield goes to the middle. Green closes the gap. Trouble. They're around. We're going to keep it green. No yellow at the front of the field. Now what's going to happen? Benfield now has less cars to contend with. There was contact between Adam Green and Stoney Benfield as Benfield went to fill the gap in the middle. Now he's door-to-door making contact with the leader of the race. 22 to go at Talladega, and the most entertaining racing on the racetrack isn't even for position. Benfield has help. He's got Hunter Carlson behind him. Here comes Chad French to help the 14 of Vicente Guerrero. Coming off pit road and blending back onto the racetrack, that's Jimmy Fitzmaurice. Guerrero is the race leader, but now Benfield files in once again. He's going to pass the leaders. So once again, now he's in a position to get that, what is essentially the free pass, just he has to get it the hard way. Now they'll have to negotiate the Justin Hinshaw machine, who they are flying up on. Benfield's the first to go to the outside. Guerrero tries to follow him. They're going to have to split out 3 wide. Oh, my goodness. They're going to be 4 wide right here for a moment. Benfield's got to pick a line. Just goes all the way back to the bottom. Guerrero follows him in. We handle 4 wide once again. Dupree makes his way forward. He wants a spot on the tail end of the lead lap. Almost 4 wide again behind them with Brent Elmore, Justin Hinshaw, Chad French, and Hunter Carlson. So now we're right back in deja vu with Stoney Benfield running in front of Vicente Guerrero here at the front of the field. Benfield in a perfect spot here if something goes wrong. Dupree still trying to jockey for it. Meanwhile, Guerrero and French have a couple cars buffer between themselves and Brent Elmore, the next car for position on the racetrack. After them, it's Travis Elliott and then Matt Hayden. And then Tyler Bentley, who I don't feel like we've talked about very much tonight as he gets in the outside wall there with his teammate tonight, Adam Thompson. I don't feel like we've talked much about the 55 machine, the points leader tonight. He hasn't really been up close to the lead. He's inside the top 10, but just has had a quietly decent night. He will open up more of a points lead if the race finishes as we run right now, but certainly Tyler going to want to dig for some more, and Dupree may not even be out of this one yet. Down the back straightaway once again, it's Vicente Guerrero leading the field. One of the several Superspeedway Series drivers in the field tonight. Expected them to excel on this racetrack, and they have done so to this point. Off turn number 4. Guerrero continuing to lead. Also should mention that Chad French has his fair share of Superspeedway experience as well, as he has run occasionally in OP as well as on in NSRA Sunday Select Series racing on Sunday nights. He has run there quite a bit as well. No slouch to Superspeedway racing is Chad French, so no surprise to see him up front either. Hinshaw, Benfield, and Dupree are the ones trying to get their laps back here, although Hinshaw is more than one lap down. And now to the outside. Here comes the points leader. You knew he wasn't going to go quietly. And with 19 laps to go, he is here to join the fight. Tyler Bentley up the outside. With the help of Adam Thompson, his teammate, they rim ride right up against the safer barrier. They are going to go all the way to the race lead. And for the first time tonight, the 55 takes the point at Talladega. 18 laps to go. They are still rim riding up against the outside wall. Hinshaw now gets hung out. It's going to allow the bottom line to surge for a moment. As Benfield continues to lead that line, now he has to worry about that 55 of Bentley, though. Off the backstretch, Thompson still hooked up to the back bumper of the 55 of Bentley. Guerrero and French now ramp up their pushes on the back of Stoney Benfield, trying to keep their line moving. It's 2 cars against the rest of the field in turn 3 with 18 laps to go. Guerrero back to the race lead. Bentley falters a bit as his drafting partner loses a bit of momentum. Perhaps starts to get a little bit hot. So Guerrero back to the lead. And that keeps Stoney Benfield on the tail on the lead lap. Keep that in mind. He's not a lead lap car here in front of our leaders. Well, he is, but he's on the tail end of the lead lap as of right now. Bentley pokes his nose back out front for the lead. They get another surge with 17 laps to go. Into turns 1 and 2. And off onto the back straightaway once again. This is the most connected these 2 cars have been up against the outside wall. Thompson may have actually brushed the wall a little bit there on the exit of turn number 2. Dupree steps back out. He wants to go where the run is, and that is in the outside line. Bentley now pulls out to a pretty decent lead. He's going to get clear to the middle. He's not going to take it. He's going to stay in front of his teammate Adam Thompson, who has dropped a considerable ways off his bumper here. Guerrero back to the race lead. Brent Elmore has joined the party as well behind Justin Hinshaw. He is very much in this race as well. Guerrero continuing to lead. It is 16 laps to go at the line. About 35 miles left in tonight's race. Fuel, as far as we know, a non-issue. It will not plague the leaders of this race here at the end of the night. Bottom line surges. Top 3 cars clear. That's Benfield, who's the tail on the lead lap, Vicente Guerrero, and Chad French. Travis Elliott may get clear to the middle as well. When does his aggression level start to pick up again? One driver we have not heard from in a while is Anthony English in the 44. He is right there at the tail end of this draft. On the bottom of the racetrack, about 8th in line. 16 laps to go. Going to make it 15 right here at the line. It is crunch time. If you're going to make a move, you've got to start preparing for that now. We are dangerously close to, if not in, what I like to call go time. Here at the end of a super speedway race, when you have to start making the necessary moves to get to the front. Brent Elmore all of a sudden has flown through the middle. He wants the race lead. Can he get it on the end of the back straightaway? No, actually Tyler Bentley's going to get it. Hinshaw drops down in front of the middle and blocks off Elmore. Elmore goes a lane lower. Oh, this is going to stack up the field here behind them. Brian Elmore, somehow everybody gets away from it, but the middle is going to stall once again behind Brent Elmore as he tried to go 4 wide. He tried to stick the 0.34 in a bad spot right there, trying to just maintain the lead. Now Bentley goes to the lead here, and actually is going to get all the way clear. His teammate may get clear as well. Not quite. They're going to have to hang tough on the outside wall. 3 wide, but not necessarily for the lead. The lead is between Vicente Guerrero and Tyler Bentley. As we get closer to the end of this race, if we stay green, the question becomes, how will these lap machines in this front pack affect the race for the win? Who will they go with? Who will they support? How will they race the leaders here as we get closer and closer to the end of this race? Tyler Bentley and Adam Thompson faltered a bit. Now they've got some help from Bubba Winningham, so he goes up to the outside, and he's hanging between lines, maybe rethinking the decision a little bit. Hinshaw continues to side draft hard on the middle line. Elmore and Dupree are back in the party here. So is Tyler Bentley. Benfield looking in the mirror. I can't imagine he very much likes what he sees right now. It is a hornet's nest behind the 75. Tyler Bentley goes back to the race lead. Let's see if he and his teammate Adam Thompson can clear all 3 lanes this time. Not quite. They're going to have to stay put. And if you're Stoney Benfield, the best car on the racetrack right now is the 034 of Justin Hinshaw. He is the only thing keeping Tyler Bentley and Adam Thompson from most likely clearing all the way down to the bottom and pretty much erasing any opportunity you're going to have to get back on the lead lap. The push starts to fade from the bottom, though. Now Bentley will get it once again in front of the middle. He still does not take it, wants to get his teammate clear, and they just cannot. Another surge from the bottom here as Guerrero gets to the back end of the 75. Guerrero wants the race lead once again. 12 laps to go from Talladega Superspeedway. Down the long back straightaway once again. Bentley sticks the nose back out front. Is this the lap they both get clear? No, it is not. So he will hang tough against the outside wall once again. Justin Hinshaw trying to get a lap back, making the life of Tyler Bentley a little bit miserable with 12 laps to go. Vicente Guerrero's liking what he's seeing, though. It allows him to continue to retake the lead here every time Hinshaw basically plays a pick and allows the 14 to surge back to the bottom of the racetrack. Into turn 1, 11 laps to go here. Hinshaw continues to hold up the 55 of Tyler Bentley. Almost contact between the leader, Vicente Guerrero, and Justin Hinshaw. In fact, there was some contact there. This might be the time that Tyler Bentley and Adam Thompson are able to clear all the way down, and in this case, it's going to be awfully tough to beat them. Do they have it? No, they do not. Oh, my goodness. This is great stuff up front. Guerrero back to the race lead. Off of turn number 4 once again. I have no idea how we have kept it together this long. But alas, the field stays all grouped up together. Into the tri-oval and down to the start-finish line. 10 more circuits around Talladega to crown a winner. Bentley back to the lead. Adam Thompson with him, but they still cannot clear the 034 of Justin Hinshaw. Guerrero continuing to just ride right along the back bumper of the Stoney Benfield machine. Lap cars up ahead. I believe that's Mark Vega. And I'm trying to tell who the other car is. I can't really tell. It's Adam Kilday in the 85. Off turn number 4, Guerrero actually clears the 034 this time. Bentley and Thompson fade a little ways back here. They're going to have to regroup, try to make that run back to the front. 9 laps to go at Talladega. Time is running out for the Benfield machine as he runs right in front of the field. He's done everything he needs to do. He's done everything right to get to the spot he's in right now, but he needs some help from behind him. Off turn number 2, another surge from Tyler Bentley and Adam Thompson. This is a big run now. Hinshaw gets out of line. This is about the first time we've seen that middle line get offset. Now Bentley and Thompson have a big opportunity if they can get all the way to the lead. But they cannot. Justin Hinshaw, a thorn in the side of those two teammates up against the outside wall. Off turn number 4, Guerrero pulls back to the race lead. Brent Elmore, by the way, is very much in this race. I feel like I haven't mentioned him. Now he jumps out to the third line. And where did Anthony English come from? The 44 has come to play here with 8 laps to go. It starts to heat up here at the front of the field. It starts to get to that boiling point. That boiling point where the field can no longer race as hard as they are racing. Everybody elbows up right now. English is trying to get Hinshaw out in front so he can get the race lead. He may poke the nose out front briefly. He does. And now it starts to get interesting if you're Stoney Benfield with the leader that close to you there in the middle lane. They are all the way down to side draft in the middle. Are Hinshaw and English. Off turn number 4. Middle line will surge once again. English goes back to the race lead. Into the tri-oval. It'll be 7 laps to go at the line. Still a lot to happen here from Talladega, and not a lot of time for it to happen. They're slowly approaching the Kilday and Vega machines. They're going to catch them at a really bad time. Now, that's not what Benfield wanted to see. As Hinshaw drops in front of him, Benfield may try to get clear of the middle and go right back up. And he won't get a chance. Dupree is going to get right to the back bumper of Anthony English and keep pushing him forward. Down the back straightaway, Anthony English is your race leader. The bottom will be the line that surges once again here in turns 3 and 4. Down to side draft hard. You see how much difference there is from earlier in the race on the side drafting here at the front of the field. There you see the 8 and the 85. They're not far up ahead. Into the tri-oval. The field's still too wide, but for how much longer? English leads. 6 to go from Talladega. If we get to 5 laps to go, the race essentially will end. I think 5 laps to go is about the soonest we could get a caution and still go back green. They start to split. Benfield goes to the middle. He wants to try to get somewhere here. Guerrero goes with him. Where is English in all this? Benfield gets all the way back to the inside. Are they going to wreck? Yes, they are. Does a caution come out? Yes, it does. It's a crash, the big one in turn 4. And there's cars crashing wildly here behind the leaders. Now the question will be, will we get back to green? Trying to figure out who all is involved. Vicente Guerrero, Adam Thompson are involved. Looks like Bubba Winningham has already gone to pit road. Hunter Carlson, Bo Benham are involved. Brent Elmore is involved. Travis Elliott, I believe, has some front-end damage. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, he does have a little bit of left front damage on the 51. Matt Hayden, he is crunched in the 6. This is almost everybody. We will have to wait and see, number 1, if we go back green. If we do, it'll be about a 2-lap shootout, I do believe. And number 2, where was the scoring monitor at the time the caution came out? We'll take a look at the crash before we figure out how this field's going to line up here on this restart, if we do have a restart. They went 4 wide into turn number 3. They were actually 4 wide a considerable amount of the backstretch here, so we'll try to give you a pretty good angle of that. I think our normal camera is probably our, well, maybe not. Yeah, it is probably going to be our best look. Benfield went right back to the middle. It was a great move by the 75 to fill the gap. We're going to actually look from Vicente Guerrero here on the 14. He follows Benfield through. Bo Benham tries to squeeze between the 86 and the 14. And I think as they go into turn number 3, it looks like everybody's going to be okay. They're 4 wide right here. Still 4 wide. Benham moves up. Dupree moves up. Everybody's got plenty of room. And as they go into 3, I think the real estate's going to run out, and these 3 cars are going to come together. And right there they do. Guerrero gets together with Hinshaw. He gets up into Bo Benham. Hinshaw gets turned up the racetrack. Guerrero goes for a spin. Benham, Hinshaw hard into the outside wall. Benham, my goodness, actually ends up on his side, up on top of the wall into the catch fencing. Guerrero then gets hit. Brent Elmore collects Matt Hayden there on the apron. Benham rides the wall all the way around. There's Brent Elmore. He's going to slide past our camera. Well, we don't have a camera over there in turn 4 anymore because Bo Benham took it out. Adam Thompson piles into the 14, as does Hunter Carlson. I think Isaiah Dupree might be in this as well in the 86. That is the 86 machine right there. We'll take one more look, and then we'll have to go back to our live shot and see if we're going to get a restart here. The wreck begins. That's a huge hit for Bo Benham. And the wreck begins to unfold. Matt Hayden really didn't know where to go. Eric Kosciolik, man, what a job by him to just drive through the incident. How in the world did the 7 get through that? Okay, I lied. One more look because I did not see that the first time. Here's the onboard from Eric Kosciolik. They're going to wreck up in front of him. And he just holds his line. And the seas part. Okay. We're going to get to the line right here. And we will see if the lights go out atop the pace car. I can tell you, under this, our 4th caution of the night, Stoney Benfield in the 75, he did the work, and it pays off. If we go back green, he will be 12th and on the lead lap. So the 75 of Benfield has done everything he can. He gets the caution basically in the dying moments where it felt like we weren't going to get a yellow. We were just going to race it all the way out. Do the lights go out? Yes, they do. It'll be a green-white checkered organically here at Talladega Superspeedway. No attempts at a green-white checkered beyond this. If they get around 2.66 miles, we'll settle it under green. If not, this race will end under the caution flag. And so here we go. We'll set the lineup for you in turn number 1. Anthony English is your race leader in the 44. Chad French is second. Eric Kosciolik is third. Tyler Bentley is fourth. Greg Kales is fifth. Christian Strader in sixth. Adam Green seventh. Alex Green eighth. Travis Elliott ninth. And Stoney Benfield is 10th. The rest of the lead lap cars, Mark Vega in 11th, Brent Elmore in 12th, Vicente Guerrero 13th, Matt Hayden 14th, and Adam Thompson in 15th position. Those are your cars on the lead lap that are going to settle this one here with 2 laps to go. If we get any form of caution here in the next 2.66 miles, this race is over. There are no overtime attempts. If we get to the white flag, we will get a green flag finish, and we'll get to settle it. If everybody gets going, it takes these cars so long to get up to speed, it's pretty likely we're going to make it to the white flag. What happens from there, we'll have to wait and see. Who makes the right move to get to victory lane? Here in round number 10, does Tyler Bentley extend his win streak to 4? And pick up what I believe would be his 7th win of the season? Or does somebody else spoil the party tonight? Pace car is down. Into the trial will they come. 2 more times around the Talladega Superspeedway to crown a winner in round 10. Who will get the job done? Into the restart zone they come. Green flag is in the air, and up through the gears we go at Talladega. It's a good restart for Anthony English. He goes right to the bottom of the racetrack, tries to get it rolling. Now a good start for the guys further back. Alex Green, Stoney Benfield get a pretty good restart. Chad French right to the back bumper of Anthony English. Doesn't have to go immediately. Can ride right where he's at. The run will come from further back. Chad French, he's going to have to think about making a move. Adam Green does. Chad French to the outside of the 93. He wants the race lead. Tyler Bentley out there. He's going to push the 93. To the bottom goes Greg Kales. He forced it in 3 wide. 4 wide in turn 3. Do we keep it straight? We do. French to the lead here in turns 3 and 4. Alex Green in the black number 3. He wants a part of this. Off turn number 4, they only have to get about another 1,000 feet, and then we're going to race it to the end. Where does Chad French go? Does he stay in the middle? He does. Alex Green to the race lead here at the white flag. 1 lap to go from Talladega. We're going to solve it right here. Who's going to make the winning move? French goes to the bottom. Contact between Bentley and English. They keep it straight somehow. Bentley in the middle, English on the bottom. Chad French pushing Alex Green for all he's worth. 3 wide off turn number 2. Adam Green trying to make something happen. Benfield's caught in traffic, as is Christian Strader. Alex Green leads down the backstretch, but Travis Elliott wants a part of it. Adam Green rolling the outside line. What can he do? Guerrero squeezes to the bottom. Here comes Stoney Benfield to the third line. Where does he shake out in all of this? 2 by 2, off turn number 4. It's going to be one of those classic Talladega finishes. Trouble. Around go Benfield, Bentley, and others. Alex Green blocks Chad French. To the outside comes Mark Vega. Who gets the better push? Down through the trial for the final time. Around goes Chad French. All the way home to the line. It's a photo finish. Alex Green wins at Talladega. The black number 3 is back in victory lane in Earnhardt country. A huge win for Alex Green. It was a photo finish. Several guys end up turned on the last lap. We'll have to go back and look at all of it. Green, Vega, English, your final 3 on the podium here in round 10 of the Throwback Series. He's going to go dirt tracking, is the black number 3, and he's going to do a hefty burnout, I do believe, because, and I could be wrong, I know for a fact this is the first OP win for Alex Green in a very long time. League owner for a long period, came back and retook the head of the league just a short time ago, basically before this season started. I'll have to ask him exactly how long it's been, but I can tell you it has been a very long time. This is going to be a very huge moment for Alex Green. This is honestly really cool to see. And Anthony English is going to join him in the celebrations here. We'll see if Alex Green decides to go any more here on the celebrations. Is he out of fuel? He may be either out of fuel or expired the engine already on that machine. I'm trying to let him celebrate if he wants to celebrate a little bit more here on the front stretch before we get into your post-race interviews and get the quick thoughts of our top 3. What a race. What a race. What a finish. Talladega never disappoints. And Alex Green is going to Parker right there on the start-finish line, I believe. And that's going to get us into our post-race show here for Throwback Series Racing after the 10th round of the season at Talladega. We'll get into your post-race interviews here. And we will start with the man who finished 3rd tonight, the driver of the 44. And that is Anthony English. We'll give him a second to kind of sort things out here before we grab him and get him in here and get a word from the driver of the 44. See how his night went. Actually, I got to make sure his audio is going to come through here for you all. So give me just one moment. And here we go. Here we go. We're going to talk to Anthony English here for a moment after his 3rd place finish. Hey, Anthony, it's Dawson with the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, what's happening, Dawson?
Man, what a race, honestly, from start to finish. It was a nail-biter. It was always intense. We saw guys throwing big blocks, making big moves, squeezing into small gaps really all night. And that finish shaped up to be a great one. You come home 3rd. You had a great night, led a lot of laps. Were up front a lot of the night. Take us through it and how you got here to a 3rd place finish.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it was actually a pretty fun night. I love these Gen 4 cars. I couldn't, resist coming and joining these guys tonight and, seeing what the Throwback Series was made of on a super speedway. And they did pretty good. I mean, we had a lot of green flag runs and stuff there. good solid 3 wide race in there for a while, and yeah, I mean it went pretty good. Pretty much just did my normal. I'm not in points, so I was pretty much just Hail Mary in it the first half, and we kind of got into a little bit of like a fuel situation there. So I was saving most of that last part of the race, and then when it was go time, it was go time, and just threw myself back up in the mix and was able to bring home third. So yeah, good night.
Well, it definitely was. And speaking on those Gen 4 cars, we know from the other nights that we run that we're not as familiar with these cars as maybe the other guys on the racetrack are. So what is that transition like going from, say the next gen car or the Xfinity car or the truck even to these cars? What is the difference? Kind of, take the viewers through just how different these things drive, how different they behave.
Well, they're old school. They're a little bit more touchy. I mean, you can't aggressively bump. I mean, you gotta kind of like lean push, and then just stay at it. It's a nice solid line. You can't get out of shape too much. I mean, they do get a little loosey goosey. You start banging on them and stuff, but these guys handled them pretty well for being probably not the most forgiving when it comes to trying to be aggressive car that you could run on the super speedways and stuff. It holds on their own, and they all did pretty good tonight, I'd say. I mean, we didn't have very many cautions. I mean, there was a lot of good 3 and some 4 wide race in there in certain times and stuff, and they held it together. So I applaud them.
Oh, absolutely. It was a very fun race to watch, a very chaotic race as well, I'm sure, to be on the racetrack for. Well, you come home third. You had a great night, so when can we expect to see you again out here for the Throwback Series on a Thursday night?
I don't know, I pop in here and there. I think I've only ran Vegas and Bristol and now this one, so we'll see. I like Richmond. You might see me when Richmond pops up. So that'd probably be my next favor that you guys would be running. So if I do, it would be Richmond.
All right, well, we look forward to it. You come home third tonight. While I have you for a second, anybody want to thank or shout out?
Oh yeah, first off, Alex Green, good win tonight. Had a amazing run there with I don't even know who was pushing him. I think Travis was pushing him or something. But man, they just had an amazing run there that last lap, and he was able to take it home. Good win for him. Same with Vega being in second. We were all running in the same team channel tonight, so good job. Top 3 in the channel, so we'll take it. You up in the boost, Dawson. You've been doing an awesome job, man. I mean, I applaud you too. You're doing great up there. I mean, I don't, I ain't gonna say too much more, but you're awesome. How about that? And then everybody watching, whoever stuck around and see us, door bang for the win and stuff, thank you for watching, and family and friends, my beautiful girlfriend who, as I always say, lets me do this. It doesn't strangle me for it.
Well, congrats on that third place effort and a great run for you here tonight, and we'll see if we see you at Richmond.
All right, sounds good, Dawson. You have a good night.
Anthony English in the 44, the third place finisher here tonight. We'll move to the second step of the podium now. A man who really came out of nowhere on that last 2 laps, similar to Alex Green. That is Mark Vega in the 8. And we'll see what he's got to say after his efforts here tonight. We'll see if we can find him here. And we'll see what he's got to say about his second place effort here tonight. Hey, Mark, it's Dawson up in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you, bud.
Well, what a heck of a race that was to watch for me. I'm sure the same for you guys out there on the racetrack. You end up coming home second. Kind of the definition of an up-and-down night for a lot of guys, you included, but you come home runner-up here tonight. Take me through your night and how you got here to second place.
By a miracle, be honest with you. I got put into the wall by netcode, and I didn't think a caution was coming out. So I got lucky to actually be able to battle on the lead lap for the last run there. It was a good race, though. Frustrating at times.
Well, absolutely, and kind of take the viewers through the frustration of super speedway racing. We can see when moves don't work or when blocks don't work and stuff, and you go backwards, you have to reset. Just kind of take viewers through, the mentality of running a super speedway, how you have to handle these kinds of races to just stay calm and know your moves are going to work out.
Yeah, well, you have to have people that you run with a long time, like Alex and Travis. We've ran for so many years together, so that's why I brought it 3 wide. You say towards the end you have to be a little bit cautious and save fuel, and then know when to push. Congratulations to Alex, though. He's earned it.
Well, absolutely, and what a win it is for him. But regardless, you come home in second tonight. It's a really great effort for you. So while I have you here for a second, anybody you want to thank or shout out?
Yeah, I want to thank Alex for setting up the league and actually inviting me back, and you for doing the broadcast is always awesome.
All right, well, congrats on that second place effort. Thanks for talking to me here for a second, and we will see you next week.
All right, Dawson, have a good one, buddy.
Mark Vega in the 8, and that leaves us with just one man left to interview here. And it's a man who's been waiting a while for this one. And we'll bring him in now, the man of the hour, the race winner tonight from Talladega, Alex Green. Alex, you got me up here in the booth?
Yes, sir.
Man, what a run for you on that last run. You come all the way from about mid-pack to win the race. You door bang at the end, and when all's said and done, the smoke clears. You're back in victory lane here, and as I understand it, this is the first win for a while for you. So just kind of take me through how you're feeling right about now.
Oh man, I am ecstatic. It was a great race all throughout. You know, I felt really good with the Gen 4 car. We were really fast all night, led a couple laps, and then I was just a really great run. Kind of got a little bit scared when that those checkups happened. I lost the pack. Caution came out, and I was short on fuel. Managed to save just enough, and thankfully I had some experience up in that top line earlier in the race, and knew that was the fast place to be, and had Travis behind me for a good push to get that lead, and had Chad Frenshare behind me at the end. So just had all that, put everything together right at the end.
You did, and you end up going to victory lane here tonight. So what does this do for you? I've broken winless streaks myself multiple times here just in the past couple of months. So I know what kind of pressure that takes off your shoulders. So, what can we expect to see from you here going forward? Now you're back in victory lane and you've got that confidence boost of winning here again.
Oh man, I just tried to take everything one race at a time. It was great to do it. This was my first win in OP since 2020. So, obviously I'd like to get some in the actual Superspeedway series, but I'll happily take it on Thursday. We got such a great group of talent here. They just split me. But we'll, hopefully just keep doing what we're doing and keep, one race at a time.
Well, absolutely. And what a season it's been for the Throwback Series here. And I have a unique opportunity now to ask you about it. Just, speak to the growth of this series over this season and the drivers coming in and the talent level coming in. I know you just mentioned it. But just, what is it meant to you to see this series grow? Because I know for me it just gets more and more exciting every week to watch these guys go out on the racetrack.
Oh, absolutely. It's I kind of started. We had done this series before back in 2018, and just from one reason or another, things kind of fell apart. But this is the style of racing I grew up watching, and I think it's a lot of people like this rule set, and just happen to get lucky and get the key players in, but it's been incredible to see the growth. From 20 cars the first race. I don't even think we had 20 cars, pushing about 25, 30, and just the quality of racing, man. I knew we had something special when we got to Rockingham for 3-4 cautions. So it's been incredible. We've had one race that was bad all season, and I hope we can keep it going. Everybody's been respectful of each other. Just really proud, I love running leagues. I love building these communities. So it's been an honor to watch it.
Well, absolutely, and it's been fun to watch it from my perspective as well. You're in victory lane tonight, so while I have you for a second, anybody you want to thank or shout out?
Yeah, absolutely. First off, want to thank you all and you especially with Turn 3. You guys have been great partners with us since honestly since the league began, and we were honored to be one of the first series on here to be broadcasted by Turn 3 and continuously. So definitely thank y'all for everything with the growth. Want to thank all the drivers and all the community. As Jimmy Reynolds always says, without you there'd be no us. So always great to have spend the Thursday nights with these amazing group of drivers. Of course, want to give a special shout out to my daughter Ellie. I love her more than anything in this world. I'm sure she'll be excited to wake up in the morning and hear that Dad won his race. So I think that's about it. I'm just super excited to be back here and super excited to have done it in the 3 car. Always cool to see the 3 in victory lane at Dega.
Absolutely. It was a great joy to see the black number 3 back in victory lane here in Earnhardt Country. Well, congratulations on that victory. Go enjoy it, go celebrate, and we will see you next week.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much.
Alex Green, your race winner here from Talladega Superspeedway. And now we're actually going to go back and take a look at what happened on this last lap. So much happened before the checkered flag. We're going to go take a look at what happened between turns 3 and 4 and the checkered flag, because a lot happened here further back. The first incident involved Tyler Bentley, Adam Green, and others, so we'll look at that one first. So we rolled through turns 3 and 4 here for the final time. Tyler Bentley 3 wide with Greg Cales and Stoney Benfield in the 75 as Benfield got a massive run. I had no idea where that run came from. I think he's probably going to get some help. He does. Maybe a little bit too aggressive there from Vicente Guerrero. He pushes the 75 into the 55. They crash hard into the outside wall. Guerrero actually is going to get involved in this as well as Eric Kosciolik. Benfield gets hit again by Fitzmaurice. So that was the first incident. Then, up in the tri-oval, we rolled right through the tri-oval. You're going to see Chad French. Oh, he actually squeezed out a line. He's trying to push for all he's worth right there and ends up getting turned by the Greg Cales machine. Cales is going to collect Christian Strader in the 12. And those two crashed behind the leaders as well. And then all the way home the line, there was contact. And there's your margin of victory here at Talladega Superspeedway for the black number 3 of Alex Green. And what a win it is for him. What a race it was. What a finish here from Talladega. We'll go through your finishing results from Talladega here tonight. Try to get those rolling for you. Alex Green gets the victory here at the Talladega Superspeedway. Mark Vega and Anthony English round out your podium. Travis Elliott finishes 4th. Christian Strader in 5th. Brent Elmore 6th. Greg Cale 7th. Eric Kosciolik 8th. Matt Hayden in 9th. And Tyler Bentley rounds out the top 10. Adam Thompson finishes 11th. Adam Green in 12th. Vicente Guerrero 13th. Stoney Benfield 14th. And Chad French finishes in 15th, the last car on the lead lap. Brian Elmore finishes 16th tonight. Hunter Carlson in 17th. Adam Kilday 18th. Jimmy Fitzmaurice 19th. And Bo Benham in 20th. Bubba Winningham finishes 21st. Isaiah Dupree in 22nd. Justin Hinshaw 23rd. Dylan Pearson 24th. And John Guerra finishes 25th. Richard Malagani not able to make the grid tonight. Finishes technically in the 26th position. What a race it was tonight from Talladega Superspeedway. I'm so grateful that everybody decided to join me here on a Thursday night. Despite all the technical issues, we got it rolling nonetheless, and we did not miss a beat. We got a great 94-lap event in from here from Talladega. Round 10 is in the books. There are 8 weeks left of this season. Next week, next Thursday night, I do believe we are at Richmond, ironically enough. I know we heard Anthony English shade. I will double-check that for you really quickly. But I'm almost positive. We will go to Richmond Raceway next week. So, hey, it was a nice little plug, nice little promo there from Anthony English. We will head to the Richmond Raceway next week for 200 laps. We're going back short track racing again here for our 3rd short track of the season at Richmond. Following that, we'll have our Thanksgiving break. So 2 weeks from tonight, we will not be racing on November the 23rd. Obviously, that is the Thanksgiving holiday. After that, we go to Auto Club, Charlotte, Dover, and then the rest of the season follows that. But only 8 weeks remain in this event. Actually, this was round 11. Only 7 weeks remain, I do believe, in this season. I believe it is 7 weeks remaining after tonight. We'll be back here next week on the Turn 3 Racing Network from Richmond around 8:50 p.m. on the East Coast. Be sure to come back and join me as we get 200 laps under our belts from the Richmond Raceway and see what's going to happen next week, what kind of twists and turns we get when we head to Richmond next week. I want to thank everybody again for watching. I want to thank Alex for this opportunity to come up here and talk to you a little bit about racing, do some throwback racing, and get in a time capsule with you for a couple hours here on a Thursday night. Congratulations to Alex Green in the 3 on his massive victory tonight from Talladega. That's going to just about do it for us. I hope everybody enjoyed. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit that bell. That's going to tell you when we go live on Thursday nights. Wait for that notification about 8:45, 8:50 on a Thursday night. We'll be right back here with you on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Go check out Max Speed TV. The round of 8 underway for the Saturday Night Truck Series on Saturday night for the OP Racing Superspeedway Series. Monday night, the cutoff race for the round of 8. We will crown our Championship 4 on Monday night with myself and KR Stolfus here back on the Turn 3 Racing Network. And then on Wednesday night next week, the first race of Championship Week for the OP Racing Superspeedway Series, as myself and my 3 competitors will be battling it out on the racetrack for the Grand National Series Championship in our Championship 4 race from Talladega next Wednesday night back here on the Turn 3 Racing Network with KR Stolfus on the call. Until then, I hope everybody enjoys your Thursday.